Welcome to the Teach Early Childhood and Power Ohio overview. My name is Judith Santmeyer, the Chief Operating Officer for the Ohio Child Care Resource and Referral Association. Workforce development is one of the areas that I manage for the association, which includes both Teach and Power Ohio. Today's session, we will cover the following session objectives. Understand the eligibility and scholarship options offered by Teach Early Childhood Ohio. Understand the eligibility and application process for Power Ohio. And highlight our scholarship counselor team who provide program guidance to our scholars, employers, and recipients. And today you'll get to see all of them as they share the program components. Teach Early Childhood began with a workforce study conducted by Child Care Services Association in conjunction with the Child Care Resources Incorporated and Frank Porter Graham Child Development Center. The results of the study found that low wages results in a higher turnover rate. With that in mind, TEACH was then developed. TEACH is an acronym for Teacher Education and Compensation Helps. This national program is based in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and is now licensed in 24 states. The foundation of TEACH is providing the early learning workforce with access to debt-free college education, better compensation, and job stability since 1990. The program works with a unique three-way partnership with TEACH, the scholar, who in this case is also the employee, and the sponsor or the employer. TEACH came to Ohio in February 2003, and the Ohio Child Care Resource and Referral Association has served as its administrative home. Since our inception of TEACH in Ohio, we have had 11,776 scholarship recipients. Next, we'll have Jessica talk about the scholarship components.
Hi, my name is Jessica Worstel, and I have been with Okra for a little over a year working as a scholarship counselor on the workforce development team. And I am going to share a little bit about TEACH and the scholarships that we have currently and how they work. So to start, before we get into the scholarships and other programs that are available to early childhood professionals, we're going to start with just a basic overview of TEACH by breaking it down into these 5 categories. So first, we have that all TEACH scholarships are comprehensive, and this just outlines who is involved and what TEACH covers. So all TEACH scholarships require a partnership between the scholar, the counselor, and the sponsoring program. For college credit scholarships, a large portion of your tuition would be covered. Paid release time is provided to the scholar for studies and or to attend classes, and then we also reimburse scholars for their books. Second is college education. So as mentioned above, TEACH scholarships provide the opportunity for advancement in education at little to no cost to the scholar. This is a great opportunity for someone who is currently working in a center and wishes to continue their education. The third piece is around compensation. So upon meeting milestones such as completing a contract, TEACH awards scholars a bonus, and then sponsoring programs will have the option to pay their scholars either a raise or a bonus upon completion of the contract. For college credit, a completed contract would be completing at least 9 credit hours over the course of a year. And for the Cda, a completed contract would be after completing the credential and receiving the official certificate. Next, we have the commitment requirements. So the goal of TEACH is to educate early childhood professionals, and in doing that, we're also working towards lowering the retention rate and turnover within the early childhood setting. TEACH does require its scholars to sign a contract with their employer that requires them to remain employed a certain amount of time based on the program the scholar is enrolled in. For Cda Assessment Fee scholars, this time period is 6 months, whereas with college scholars, TEACH requires a year of commitment to the sponsoring center at the close of their final contract. Next is the counselor. So this is the final piece of the puzzle. And that is where our workforce development team comes in. And our goal as a counselor is to make the process of enrolling in these TEACH scholarships and completing and meeting those milestones as seamless as possible. We are here to guide you along every step. All right, so next we have a brief overview of what scholarships are currently being offered. The first is CDA for college credit. So this would be someone who has not yet taken any coursework towards their CDA and might possibly have interest in continuing their education to an associate's or bachelor's level. The second is the Cda Assessment Fee, and this scholarship is going to be for someone who has completed their trainings and is ready to take their CDA test and be observed by a PD specialist. The third is an associate's degree, and the associate's program is for anyone looking to further their education. You don't necessarily have to have already completed your CDA to apply for this opportunity. However, scholars who are interested in a bachelor's would need to have successfully completed the associate's prior to applying for that scholarship. And for the bachelor's degree, we would need to have the degree be towards earning a birth to 5 degree. And then the final is college degree scholarship eligibility. So in order to be eligible for those college credit scholarships, we would need to have scholars working in an ODJFS licensed program and be employed as an assistant teacher, lead teacher, director, or owner. Your hourly wage would need to be below the listed wage caps. So for assistant teachers, that is $14. For lead teachers, that would be $16. And for administrators, it would be $18 an hour. You must work at least 30 hours a week with children. You must have been employed with your current program for at least 12 months and agree to remaining employed with your current program for 1 year after the close of your final contract with Teach. So next, Shamel will be sharing a little bit more detail about how the college credit and bachelor's degree programs work.
Hello, my name is Shamel Hutchins, and I'm one of the counselors for Teach, and I'll be talking a little bit about the college credit scholarships we offer. First up is the bachelor's degree scholarship, which is available statewide on a limited basis. To be eligible for this, you must already earn an Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Education and plan to attend one of the Teach cooperating schools. Next up, we will talk about the components of the college degree scholarship, which includes the associate's and bachelor's degree model. Teach is a three-way partnership, and that includes expenses. When Teach refers to the sponsor, this is really the employer. First, tuition is split between Teach, the scholar, and the sponsor. This is how we build that partnership to make schooling a little easier. The school bills Teach directly, and we work with the following pieces to lessen the amount owed by the scholar. Next, we have textbooks. Scholars are responsible for buying books and providing us with the proper reimbursement form and receipt so that we can reimburse scholars up to 80% of cost. Books also help pay the scholar's tuition, so that's a good part. Scholars are also provided a $60 travel stipend that is automatically applied to help pay the scholar's 10% of tuition as well. Paid release time is one of the major components of the scholarship. It allows the scholars time away from work to focus on things pertaining to school, such as studying, completing homework assignments, and/or attending classes. The number of hours given depends on the number of credits taken, not to exceed 6 hours. So for an example, if you are taking a 3-hour class, you are provided with 3 hours of release time a week. The sponsoring center is also reimbursed $9 an hour to hire extra help during this time. The last piece of the scholarship is compensation. Scholars are awarded a $300 bonus from Teach if they have completed at least 9 credit hours in a year. The sponsoring center will also provide the scholar with a 2% raise or $300 bonus. Here is a list of schools that we currently work with. If you are considering these schools or currently attending these schools, please reach out to us for next steps. Next, Marla will explore the Cda Credential Assessment Fee scholarships.
Hello, my name is Marla Tiano, and I'm one of the scholarship counselors for TEACH, and I will be discussing the Cda Assessment Fee scholarships. The first thing I'm going to discuss is scholarship eligibility. You must be one of the following to be eligible: a Type A or Type B family child care provider, or a teacher, assistant teacher, director, or owner in a licensed early care and learning program for at least 6 months. You must fall into one of the following hourly wage caps: $14 for assistant teachers, $16 for teachers, and $18 for administrator. You must work at least 20 hours a week with children aged 0 to 5 in the age group that you are receiving your CDA. You are making a commitment to stay at your sponsoring program at least 6 months following the award of your CDA credential. Next, I'll discuss what to do when you apply. To be eligible, you must have a high school diploma or a GED, have 480 hours of experience working with young children within the past 3 years, have completed 120 hours of education in the 8 subject areas within the past 5 years. Be sure you have at least 10 hours of training in each content area in the appropriate age group for your CDA. Make sure you have gathered family questionnaires and completed your professional portfolio. All these requirements are set forth by the CDA Council. Next, we'll talk about the components of the CDA assessment fee. There are 2 basic components of the scholarship. First, there's the assistance with the CDA Council assessment fee. Okra pays $375 of the $425 fee. The scholar pays $50, which is part of the application process. Second, upon the receipt of the CDA credential within your contract period, which is 1 year from the contract start date, TEACH pays a $100 bonus to the scholar upon TEACH receiving a copy of the scholar's official CDA credential. The sponsoring program pays the scholar a $100 bonus or provides a 1% raise depending on the options selected during the application process. Next, Belinda will be discussing Power Ohio.
Hello, my name is Belinda Kitsos, a scholarship counselor at Okra. I am going to explain more about Power of Ohio wage supplements. POWER stands for Powering Optimal Wages and Encourage Retention. Wage supplement payments are made directly to you, the professional, when education and employment retention milestones have been achieved. Eligibility for Power of Ohio has 2 parts: program and professional. Program provider eligibility. Step Up to Quality rated programs are eligible for Power of Ohio if at least 50% of the children in the program receive publicly funded child care, also known as PFCC. Professional eligibility. Primary roles that are eligible for Power of Ohio are assistant teachers earning at or below $14 per hour, lead teachers earning at or below $16 per hour, administrators and assistant administrators earning at or below $18 per hour, and Type B family child care providers. Professionals must work at least 20 hours per week with children ages birth to 5 years, not yet in kindergarten. Must maintain these eligibility requirements until completion of Power of Ohio program. Now we are going to learn how to apply for Power of Ohio. To apply for Power of Ohio, you are going to sign in to your Okra profile. Then you go to the dashboard to see applications. You will see the Power of Ohio in the green box. Choose this, and then you will hit the Power of Ohio application. And then all your information from your profile is on this application. So please double check to make sure everything is updated. If not, you will need to go back into your account and update the needed information. Make sure your education has come over. Check your employment. Make sure it has the correct license number for your center. And make sure you double check the address and your primary role. Please make sure that is your current primary role. If not, you will need to go over to your employment area and update the employment profile. And you will scroll down, and here you'll see what age group do you teach. You will have a choice here. All professionals working in a center must choose the age group in which you are working. Only home providers should choose mixed age. You'll come over here and make sure you put in how many years and months you have been working. And here it says, are you a current Teach scholar? Click either yes or no, and please know that you can use Teach scholarships along with Power of Ohio. Here you will need to upload a most recent pay stub showing your hourly wage and how many hours you are working per week. If you are a Type B family provider, please click on the income worksheet. We will need you to fill this out and upload it to the application along with 4 weeks worth of your portal information. The hourly wage that you come up with here needs to be on the application up here in wages. These two need to match. Make sure you double check everything, proofread everything, go through the application, and then when you are ready, there is the submit application, or if you're not ready, save it as a draft. Thank you for watching our session today. The scholarship counselors and I are excited to help you on your professional development journey. Please use the contact and website information on this slide for any questions and to access Teach applications.